I quit. That was the title of a video I made in July 14th, 2024. Almost 2 years ago. It's actually a month from now, would be 2 years ago. But I still kept pushing on. Funnily enough, because of a single comment that was left at the bottom, like below that, where someone called Kuririo1509 just said, I'd watch vids about whatever you're playing. And I don't think they're still around, to be honest, because I think what I made back then was like very different to what I make now. But that one thing kind of kept me going because it felt like what I did mattered, or like it could at least make one person entertained or whatever. I think nowadays that's just not the case, and I'm not just talking about this, I'm talking about life in general. It feels like no matter what I do, I can't move even one person. Like nothing I do really matters. Like it's not making a difference, you know. I can't even move myself. I can't even make like, I'm not gonna say I haven't made any changes. I have made changes in my own life, but I watch a lot of like present day, I guess you could say, motivational or inspirational content, and a lot of it just to me comes off as very very narcissistic. The baseline of it is always, do it for yourself, do it for nobody else but yourself, or do it to prove other people wrong, or who cares about what other things, it's all about you. But I'm just not that kind of person. Like I like doing things for other people. Most of my life, some of the biggest decisions I've made in my life, it was always because I thought I was doing something for someone else. And I'm not sad about that. I actually like doing things for other people. So when I watch a lot of the quote unquote motivational whatever stuff, I just feel so dead because it's just not for me. The thing that moves me the most is when I can do something for someone else. Like when I do something and I know it's like either helping someone, entertaining someone, just anything. And nowadays, it just feels like nothing I do really has that impact on anyone. Not in my personal life, not in this. Like, I exist, I have a job, I make enough to get by. That's it. I managed to buy some stuff, fulfill some, I guess, childhood dreams and stuff like that. Bought some stuff I really wanted for a really long while, but it's just for me, and it genuinely, I like doing stuff for others, and I have no one to do stuff for. So yeah, I could, do the whole do it for yourself, live your life for yourself, but I don't wanna. For myself, I just rot in my room, that's it. And I don't know what to do to fix that. I feel like I'm kind of like looking into the void to try and, like, I don't know, meet people, connect with people. No matter what I do, somehow I just end up in the same place where I'm sitting in my room anxiously scrolling through social media, trying to figure out what to do. Nothing really helps. I tried journaling, I tried writing things down, doesn't do anything. What I realized, the worst realization I've had, is that despite all the journaling and understanding myself, self-reflection I do, the thing that makes me act, like the thing, like some of the most fun I have, is when I act impulsively. I cannot think of the last time where I made like a calculated decision and I was like, oh wow, this made me so happy. Calculated decisions stress me out. It's always an impulsive one, like, oh, there's a movie going, I'm gonna go watch it. I'm gonna go randomly go for like a walk. Recently I went for like a 3-hour walk in the middle of the city, It wasn't like a trail or anything. I just randomly decided a route and I just walked. It was like a 3.5 hours, 4 hours. My legs are still a bit sore, even though it's been like a week since that happened. It was pure impulse. The most fun, the most enjoyment I get out of life is when I do things impulsively. So all this self-reflection, noting things down, journaling, reading it again, it helps to manage the stress, but it doesn't make me feel fulfilled. Does that make sense? It's kind of like opening a wound. No, not a wound. It's like there's a dam of emotions that get pent up inside my head, and when I write it all down, it's like putting it down somewhere. It's like putting a weight down, but it doesn't make me happy. It's when I do things impulsively, like when I just decide and do something, just anything. That's what gets me going. So now I'm like, what am I supposed to do now? I don't know what to do. I genuinely don't know what to do to meet people, make friends, or whatever. I'm just like living in this city in another country away from home. I have like literally no family here, no one. There's no one I know who's like blood related to me in like, I don't know, 6,000 kilometers from where I live. I have like the friends I had, the few surface level friendships I made while I was in university, they most of them have moved away from the city, and it's not like I'm their best friend, right? I'm just like the person they call when they have no one better to call, like the person they kind of call every like 6 months once or something like that. That's me. So I'm here all by myself, and it's been 4 years like this, and I just I'm feel like driftwood, like I'm just out there floating on the sea, and not nowhere to kind of like anchor me down. And I am like a very introverted person, and I have to try really hard to like put myself out there, even at my workplace. I'm so glad I picked a job that kind of pushes me to be more interactive with people, because if I did not, I would genuinely just like lock myself away forever. My job kind of pushes me to talk to people, which is a good thing. At first, it was frustrating, it was hard, but I'm genuinely glad that I picked a job where I'm being pushed to like talk to people, interact with people, and I'm forced to communicate. Because while I mess up, I mess up like a billion times, I'm learning. I am better now than I was a few months ago. I am better now than I was a year ago. But it's all just so corporate. Like, at the end of the day, I'm not their friend, right? Like, I could not hang out with any of those people. I could not call any of those people outside of work. And I don't know. I really just. One of the most fun things I did was with another person, right? Recently was when my ex, who lives in another city, in the same country but in another city, she came to kind of visit me, and we hung out, and I was like showing her the city. And that was the most fun I had in a long time, because I had to like plan stuff, and I planned stuff for someone else. And that's kind of what I'm talking about. Like, the thing I enjoy the most is when I can do things for other people, like when other people rely on me. Not too much. I had that was one of the problems I have in life, where I make other people rely on me too much to the point that their problems start stressing me out. So nowadays, not nowadays, but now I've kind of like learned to like put like a boundary and be like, no, I'm not gonna, pick your problems up and try to solve them for you. I can't do that. But I like doing stuff for other people, and the way I'm living right now, it's just for myself. I don't want to just live for myself. This is not, this is no way to live for me. I hate this. Can't go back home either. If I go back home, just if I go back home, I'm living my life so completely for someone else that it's not even me. Like I'm, subscribing to a lifestyle, to beliefs, to like a culture that I don't relate to, I don't agree with. So I can't go back there. I've come to this new place. I can't seem to insert myself into any of the communities or groups here, even with people who are like-minded. That is, I understand that is completely my fault. The people are not bad, right? The people are like, funnily enough, the worst people I've met, or the people who've treated me the most unfair, are like my own people, which is hilarious, right? You would think that if you move out of a country and you meet someone from your own hometown or your home country, that there would be some kind of like a friendship being formed, or like we'll be like, hey, we need to stick together. And look, they have helped me, but they're also some of the people who've treated me the worst. The people here are like, they are nice, but like I said, it's like corporate nice. Like they're formal, they're polite, they're fair, they're very fair, but I'm not their friend, right? I'm a colleague, or I'm just someone they work with. I just, even this thing that I'm making, like I'm talking about this here because there's no one I can talk to this about. Like no one. My parents, I basically never complained about anything to them because they were very stressed out until recently. Now they are kind of chilling, but look, they've sacrificed a lot too to get me to just have the opportunity to come here. So I can't go and whine to them. I have a friend who's like my best friend since I was 11 years old. He's still living in my hometown. He is super stressed out because a lot of things in his life are also messed up. He is, I think, maybe even more depressed than I am. Like, so I can't really say much to him either because he is dealing with his own stuff. So I can't rely on him. And to be completely honest, he's not equipped to deal with stuff like this. Like if you tell him stuff like this, he'll just kind of say, well, what do you want me to say? I don't know, life sucks. Like he'll just say something stupid like that, which will just like, it pisses me off. I have not once said it. Like he is a good, like he's a fun friend, but he's not like a very emotionally intelligent person. I would say he's actually emotionally stupid. So I can't say anything to them. And then who's my other friend? Like the other person I kind of know is like my ex, and she is like dealing with her own shit, like way more messed up shit than I am. I can't really rely on her either. So then who's left? Oh, some of my friends I made in college who I know on a superficial level. No, I can't open up to them. I can't speak to them. I'm not close enough to them. It's partially my fault, partially their fault. But they're not friends that I would just talk like that. They're more like friends I would just hang out every once in a while or like call once every 6 months. Not people I can just speak freely with or who would like, I'm not their priority, is what I'm trying to say. Then what? I have work. What do I do at work? I mean, I have so much work. Work is busy, which is honestly, it's a good thing because when I'm busy at work is when my mind is just empty and like the bad stuff is not coming up. Everything's just quiet, which is nice. But other than that, I can't rely on people at work for stuff like this. They're not gonna sit down and listen to what I have to say. They're just gonna be like, hey, do the work. They'll be very polite and formal about it, but they're not my friends. Like if I were to lose this job or leave this job, they're not gonna remember me or call me, or even they're not even gonna text me. So this is the only thing I have. And even in this thing, there's not even one person who will listen to this. This has been like right now it's at what, 14 minutes? No one's gonna see this. No one's gonna listen to it. My friend, my best friend who I talked about, who I've known since I was 11 years old, he follows my stuff, right? He doesn't see any of it. I have to remind him, hey man, I did something. You want to check it out? And he'll be like, ah, sure. And he'll like kind of very slowly, grumpily check it out and be like, huh, yeah, that's cool, I guess. I have nothing. It's funny, when I was a kid, the only thing I wanted was I wanted a room to myself. I wanted consoles and I wanted to be able to buy any game I wanted to buy and just play it all day. And now I have achieved exactly what I wanted in life. I had no other ambitions, I'll be real. Like, I wasn't like, oh, I want to be a doctor, I want to be an engineer, or I want to do this, I want to do that. Like, I had no real ambitions, nothing. Like, I would daydream about random stuff, but nothing realistic. And all the realistic things I wanted in life that I like in my head I knew were realistic, I got it. I have a room of my own. I could afford to buy pretty much any game. Like, I make enough. Like, I'm not saying I can just go and splurge, but I have enough that I could spend a bit and buy games and stuff. Like, kid me, if the kid me saw how I lived right now, he would think I'm living in heaven. But as the adult me living through this sucks. This is so bad. Like, surely at some point, you would think at some point people will come along or something will happen. Somehow you'll interact with people, like I don't know, like the natural flow of life, that you'll come across people you want to be friends with, then you start hanging out with them and you make friends or something. It doesn't seem to be happening for me, and I don't know what to do. It's been 4 years since I came here. Yeah, 4 years, and I have not made more than a superficial connection with anyone here. So what's the point? What am I just supposed to, live for myself, be lost playing video games and watching TV shows and making journal diary notes, analyzing myself to the point that I just kind of like reduce myself to like some algorithm. You know what I feel like? I feel like I'm Instagram, like I'm, Mark Zuckerberg trying to predict myself as the Instagram algorithm. That's what I feel like. Like, I feel journaling feels dehumanizing. It feels like I'm breaking myself down to such a fundamental level that I don't even see myself as like a person. Or it feels like I'm looking down on myself. I hate that. Why can't I just feel stuff and just do it? Why do I need to explain everything or make sense of everything? Why can't I just be like, oh, I want to do this, I'm doing it, I'm not going to overthink it, I'm not going to make some big complicated explanation for it, I'm just going to do it? Why do I have to explain everything? Who am I even explaining this to? Myself? I guess um I want to end this, but it's also like I feel like there's so much more stuff I want to say. I think for now I'm just gonna say it. That's all from me for now. I don't know what else to say. I hope I hope at least one person would listen to, I don't know, 5 minutes of what I have to say. I, I think the worst part about making this is just knowing that no one's gonna listen to it. No one's gonna see it. It's just gonna be drowned out over the, like, this is not gonna make past the noise of the internet. It's just gonna be drowned out. Not even one person will know what I think, will sit down and listen. I'm just shouting into the void. I'm talking to myself in an empty room with a bunch of stuff that I wanted for a long time, but now that I have them, I don't even want to use them or engage with them. And I keep trying to find new things to do, But no matter what I do, I cannot replace the simple act of human to human connection. And even though I want to connect with people, I don't know how to, I don't know where to even start. And even if you put a person who's super into me, interested into me, I wouldn't know what to do with them, and I would probably make them bored. Just whatever, man. I mean, the only person who's gonna listen to this is me, right? So hey, future me, whenever you decide to listen back to this, I hope you figured it out, man. Because you got everything you wanted, and you're not happy. You cannot replace people. You need people in your life. No matter how much you explain it away in your head, or you try to say it's for yourself, or you try to minimize the impact that other people have in your life, positive or negative, you will fail. Again and again, you will fail. So please, for the love of God, make connecting to people your number one priority. You cannot live without it. It's impossible. It is not possible. You will never be happy without it. You will never be happy without it. So make it a priority and do it. Just fucking do it. I don't know how, but that's for you to figure out, not my problem right now, because it's like 1:30 in the fucking morning. I'm not gonna break my brain over this. I'm just gonna go take a nap. I'm gonna go sleep after this. But I need you to figure it out. I need you to, when you're listening back, if you ever listen to this back, honestly, I hope you don't have the reason to listen to this back. I hope you forget about this, that your life gets so much better that you don't even feel like opening this place and checking anything out. But please, you cannot keep living like this. This is not even, I don't even feel alive. People ask me, what's your plan for the weekend? And I always have to kind of shrug and be like, oh, nothing. I'm just staying at home. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to go watch a movie by myself. Wow. Just try, please. For us. For us. Do it for us.